The house felt quieter than usual. The moment Mom left for her weekend trip. It wasn't the first time she'd taken a short getaway, and normally things went in as usual. But this time, something felt different. Dad Mark had been acting a little off lately, more distant, more distracted. I chalked it up to work stress at first, but there was a weight behind his silence I couldn't quite name. I spent most of Saturday morning in my room, enjoying the calm scrolling through my phone, appreciating the rare stillness that came from having the house mostly to myself. Dad had been downstairs all morning doing something I hadn't seen, much of him around lunchtime curiosity. Got the better of me. I headed to the kitchen wondering if he was even home. There he was standing at the counter staring down at his phone like it might give him answers. He didn't even notice me. Walk in. Hey, Dad, what's for lunch? I asked. He blinked startled and looked up with a half smile. Guess I lost track of time. What do you feel like? E shrugged. We could order something, Hen nodded almost too quickly. Yeah, sure, that works while we waited for takeout. I noticed. He kept glancing at his phone like he was waiting for something. Or someone to reach out. I didn't ask. Maybe it was just work. Maybe it wasn't. When the food arrived, we sat at the dining table, a rare event in our usually scattered household. At first, we talked about everyday things, school weekend plans, random chatter. But then Dad paused mid-meal, set down his fork, and looked across the table at me. I've been meaning to ask you something, he said. I raised an eyebrow. Okay, what is it? He let out a quiet sigh. Do you ever feel like life's moving too fast, like one day you're a kid and the next everything's changed? I wasn't expecting something so heavy. I thought for a second, yeah, I guess. It does feel like that. Sometimes he nodded slowly. It's just lately. I keep thinking about how much time has passed. It feels like just yesterday you were running around the backyard yelling about dinosaurs. I laughed softly. I was obsessed. Remember the little costume I wore for like a month straight? He chuckled. You refused to take it off. Even at the grocery store. There was a pause. Not awkward, just still comfortable. The rest of the afternoon passed quietly. Dad retreated to his office. I went back to my room. This question lingered that night just as I was getting ready for bed. There was a gentle knock at my door. Come in, I called. Dad stepped in holding something in his hands. I found this while cleaning earlier, he said, handing it to him. It was an old photo album. I hadn't seen it in years. I sat on the bed flipping through it, page after page of vacations, birthday parties. Holidays us when things felt easier. Dad sat beside me watching with a soft expression. I thought you might want to look through it, he said. Yeah, I murmured, smiling. I forgot how many of these we had. We spent almost an hour going through it together. Some pictures made us laugh out loud, my ridiculous childhood outfits, his bad haircuts, goofy expressions frozen in time. Others were quieter, a little bittersweet. I miss those days, Dad said eventually, his voice softer than usual, back when things were simpler. Me too, I replied. I looked at him, then really looked, and saw someone not just older, but maybe a little lonely. Someone who'd been carrying more than he let on. He reached over and gently patted my shoulder. We should make more memories. Like that. Not let it all just fade. I nodded. Yeah, we should. As he got up to leave. He paused at the door. Good night, kiddo. Good night, Dad. It wasn't a big moment, no dramatic gesture, but something shifted between us. That weekend. Something real. Mom came home. Sunday evening, smiling and tired. From her trip, she had no idea what had passed between us in her absence. No clue that her short weekend away gave Dad and me the space to connect, to see each other in a different light. Looking back, now I realize it wasn't the photo album or the takeout or even the conversation that changed things. It was the quiet in-between moments. The ones that don't seem important until they're gone. That weekend reminded me that sometimes the things that matter most aren't loud or planned or grand. Sometimes they're just a knock at the door, a dusty album, and the kind of silence that says, "I'm still here and I care." And somehow that was